All right, guys. Good morning. Hope everybody's doing all right. Good Tuesday practice. Like I said, it's good, as I talked to you guys yesterday, to let our guys recharge on those Mondays off and then see what their energy and their mindset's like today. I did challenge them, in their meetings about having the right approach. We see a lot of teams, right, that they feel like the season's dragged on. I wanted our guys to come out with a sense of energy today, and I felt they did. I really did. I think they're excited. They understand how the importance of this game. Their mindset, their meetings, right? Not just say, okay, here's another one, but the opportunity to play another game against a great opponent in our home stadium. And I told a lot of these guys, right, for some of them, this will be the last time they ever get to play in the Liberty Bowl. And then for others, their numbers are dead before they're done playing football altogether. And so they got to enjoy these moments. And that's important. When you kind of sit back, and some of these guys sat back, you can see their eyes get big when they really thought about it. And those will be one of the few times that they get to finish up playing football. What a huge difference it will make in their approach, hopefully. But we're excited to be able to have them come here on Saturday.
Steven?
Hey, Ryan, how's it going?
Hey, Steven, how are you doing?
Doing okay. You talked a little bit yesterday about their quarterback, said he's running a little bit more. I saw he had 100 yards in his last game. You guys have faced, I would say, a decent amount of mobile quarterbacks. What have you guys kind of just learned from facing those other quarterbacks, and what's going to be the plan against them this week?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you kind of look back, Stephen, we talked about the assignment approach to Navy, right? Make sure assignment sign, gap sign with those quarterbacks that can run. And now you have to equate for that, right? So you just can't go running and chasing what you think's the ball. And some of those zone reads, some of those quarterback design runs, like I said, they do a ton of it off of the dive, and they also do a ton of it off of pulling the backside guard, backside tackle. So instead of just being able to go down there and maybe tackle the ball carrier for a 1 yard gain, now it's okay. Who's got to be responsible? Is it the defensive end? Is it the linebacker feathering over? Is it a corner? Who may be responsible? So as our defense knows, right, any one blink of the eye, if a guy misreads it or doesn't play his assignment correctly, the quarterback has the ability to pull the ball and go, and he can go. We saw that, in Cincinnati. We saw that versus Tulane. Obviously, we saw that in Navy with what they were running. So you're exactly right. We're seeing a little bit more of it this time of the year. UCF's quarterback was able to run a little bit too. So we just got to be more assignment sound to the best of our ability.
I know sometimes there are some quarterbacks that are almost like running backs, and there's some, I think, like SMU's and Central Florida's where they want to run, but it's almost like they're just trying to buy time. So if you're dealing with an improviser like that, what do you kind of tell your DBs in terms of staying at home, staying with their man instead of maybe wanting to follow their instincts and come up to help a tackle on the scrum?
Yeah, Steven, you're exactly right. I do think that Houston's quarterback has a good combination of both, right? I don't know if they want to run him every play, but they have a lot more quarterback design runs than you think, or the option to run, right? They're a true, what we're seeing, the zone read option type team, and they do it with counter plays as well. So, our DBs have to just trust it because we never know, right? They may pull it and then be able to throw it too, right? That's part of their triple option, if you will, right? The option to hand it, the option to keep it, the option to throw it. And so our DBs really just have to trust their rules. The easy thing to do is, I think it's run, come off my guy. And next thing you know, you got one of the receivers or tight ends running down the seam or down the sideline wide open because we came off it. So it's got to be patience, and attack. And it's not easy, but, and Houston does a great job of disguising it. There's times, you even watch the TV copies where the quarterback pulls it and nobody has an idea that he has the football. So I think all 11 people on the defense got to be adjusted and ready to roll with whatever they may throw.
Evan?
Ryan, next week I think is National Signing Day, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
How is it for you? Because obviously last year you had to deal with that while after you just gotten hired. But like, how are you trying to handle that now while trying to prepare also for this Houston game coming up?
Yeah, Evan, you're right. Last year was quite different, right? I think I interviewed for the job that Thursday, and then Thursday evening, and then came back, was announced, and then I had recruits on campus that weekend, obviously. And the one thing that's changed this, Evan, is dead periods now. We'd be used to maybe having official visitors, and so I'm not having to deal with recruits walking around campus, going to dinners at night. So that's changed it up. Obviously, we're also not used to this many games this late in the year, right? Normally, we've been able to push them back to be able to play the championship. But I think, like I told our staff, I said, we got to grind a little bit these next 9 days, or excuse me, now 8 days up to sign day, because recruiting's got to be an all the time thing. I mean, we're finding student athletes in high school right now that some are still looking and trying to find another home. We've got to be our eyes open right to the transfer portal. We know that that's now become a new type of tool. We've got to constantly watch film. So it's not like I can just go watch this kid's film from high school now. Oh, wait, this kid's in the portal. Let me take a look just to see if it spikes our interest or if it's the right type of fit. So recruiting now more than ever, Evan's turned into a 365-day deal. And what's happened is you have prospects that you want to sign next Wednesday, and we feel like we're going to get the guys that we want. But we also have to be cognizant there's another signing day in February. And we've had a lot of success waiting and finding the guys that maybe fall through the cracks, maybe quote unquote a bigger program may say, hey, he doesn't, we oversigned, or they took a transfer instead. And now there's not an initial scholarship. And, sometimes we like to keep one or two in the back pocket and go find an ace in the hole. So, we're staying busy. I wish I could say 100% of my focus on Houston, but just like with any time, especially as you get closer to signing day, you got to be dialed in on what's occurring in the world of recruiting.
Terry? How you doing, Coach?
Good, Terry. How are you?
I got two questions for you. The first one is, when are you guys going to take your opportunity to vote to go to the bowl, before the game or after the game? And what are your thoughts on Anthony Jones getting one of the best coaches under 35 going forward?
So when you said about the bowl game, what was the exact question? I'm sorry, Terry.
When you plan on taking a vote to go to a bowl or not to go to a bowl game?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like I said, I've had discussions with Laird Veach, our athletic director. I do believe that we will be going to a bowl game. And we'll see, a lot of it deals with different conference tie-ins, different locations. Maybe we'll find out something by the end of the week, maybe next week, maybe as early as Sunday, if not even this week. But the plan as of now, as we know, things have changed. We see bowl games get dropped. I haven't looked at social media this morning, but something may occur. And then I'm really happy for Anthony Jones, right, to get that recognition as one of the, I think it's top 35 under 35. He's a young up and coming coach that's done a great job. He's kind of grinded out. I appreciate his career path, right, from, as a high school coach, and then moving up even in the high school ranks and having success there. And then he's done a phenomenal job, coaching our running backs here and recruiting, and he's built great relationships throughout the city. And I think he's really well respected. And it's nice for him to get that national recognition. Obviously, he's had some good backs, but I'm really just happy for him, and certainly deserves that credit.
Brian?
Hey, Coach. Brian Goodson announced that he was gone with the season-ending injury. When you take a look at his time at Memphis, what stands out to you? What are you going to miss most about him? And the second part to that is, who do you look to replace him?
Yeah, as you guys know, OB wasn't able to play versus Tulane. He was on the sideline, in his jersey, but wasn't able to go. And the doctor realized it was probably time for him to go and have surgery. So believe me, if there's anybody that would have tried to play through something, it's that young man. He fought through the Navy game and continued to battle through. And then it was after the game that he realized that, he was injured, have to have surgery. But OB has meant the world to this program. You guys get to watch him play. He's certainly not the biggest guy, like I always say, but he plays with such tenacity, such emotion, a love and passion for the game, and it's infectious, right? I mean, you see it. Our entire team loves to watch him get riled up. He plays at such a high level. He's been a tremendous player for here, but just his energy, and that's one of those things. We missed him on Saturday because he's out there. He gets us all riled up. I get goosebumps sometimes when I hear him talk and in the pep talks pregame. He's an explosive young man. Who's done it the right way, who cares so much about Memphis, and certainly going to be missed on and off the field, but his legacy will live on because he was a phenomenal representation of what we want here in this program, and his passion and love to play the game of football. You hope that resonates throughout your entire program. And then, in the game, we had Kwan Robinson filled in for him, and then John Cartwright, right? Two guys we threw in the nose, and then obviously John Cartwright missed 2 quarters of that game. due to an injury. You hope that both of those guys can play at a high level. We do believe that John will be back at full go versus Houston. And so that's kind of where we're at. We'll continue to throw guys in the mix. But, when you lost John Tate before the season started to a season-ending injury, and then O'Brien Goodson, so you lost 2 of your nose guards. And then, then John Cartwright, who we bought in the summer, he went down. All of a sudden, your depth of your D-line, where you felt like you were really deep, started to get challenged in that game. And then JoJo Dorsey's also going down. But, look, we got guys that we all feel like are capable. So,
Steven?
Kind of a follow-up to Evan's earlier question. I guess just how much did just the pandemic kind of how much of an impact did it make on how you guys recruit? I know you say you guys couldn't bring a lot of recruits on campus. I know some cities like Memphis, a lot of kids weren't able to play. So I guess just how much did it change things for you all this year?
Yeah, Stephen, we're always going to still look at the character of a young man first. Obviously, it's important for us to bring in players that we feel like can contribute to this program, but also the right type of person. So, you get on and you're trying to meet a lot of these kids, we still haven't got a chance to sit down and talk to. So these are the conversations, right? Face to face. And I'm an old school guy. I'd like to sit down and shake your hand and look you in the eye and come visit you in your home and tell you exactly who we are and who I am, and get a feel, and you get a sense for a person. Sometimes we're able to sit right across from them and talk with them. And that's been hard. So, every year we want to do our research and all that stuff, but we're calling high school coaches, calling as many people in these young men's lives to make sure it's the right fit for what we want. And we've also been patient. Everyone says, well, you got a bunch of early commitments. Well, we also are taking our time with exactly to make sure it's exactly what we want in this program. Like I said, we've got to be, this transfer portal thing is taking on a life of its own, as we're seeing on a daily basis. But the pandemic has made it quite different. I do miss not being able to go sit down with a guidance counselor, sit down with the parents or a guardian of a recruit. So we've had to be unique. And as you guys know, we talked about this, even preseason, how we're creative, right? A lot of FaceTimes, a lot of virtual tours. So there's going to be guys that are going to be stepping, quite a handful. Even here in January, they're going to be coming on campus for the first time and seeing everything. So we got to really talk to them about our culture and how we do things here. So I think everybody throughout the country realizes it's going to be different, are there going to be misses this year? Certainly, but the biggest thing is you hope you don't miss on the type of character of the young man you're bringing into your program.
Steven? I'm sorry, Evan?
You just kind of mentioned him right now, but is there any update on JoJo at this point? Or are you guys still evaluating him?
We believe JoJo should be able to go. He was not a full participant in today's practice, but we hope by kickoff that he should be good to go.
Terry?
Coach, I know you guys already had senior day, but you plan anything special for some of the guys? And 2, I know Brady's only about 50 yards away from breaking a record. If he breaks the record this game, are you planning on doing something special for him?
Yeah, Terry, I have not. We're not playing anything different for the seniors. I think just talking to them about the importance of being able to represent and play in the Liberty Bowl one last time. It's been unfortunate that they haven't been able to be celebrated as much as we would like in the years past. I wish that their senior day was in front of a sellout crowd and they could be recognized for everything they've done, and we're grateful for that. I do think post-season, I've got to personally find a way, even in a pandemic, even if it's out of my own way or time, to recognize these seniors, to be able to show them how much they mean to the program and keep them involved. And that's the biggest key. And then, Brady White will be the first one to tell you he's not worried about the record. If he throws for 49 yards and doesn't break the record and we win, I think he'll be just fine. And so will I. So the focus for that is, look, the odds of him breaking the record are probably pretty good. Hopefully, we have the opportunity to embrace and celebrate in the locker room post-game with a win, but that's going to be the most important thing.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys. You all have a great day.